ladies and gentlemen. As part of Malayalee Association Victoria Committee, I would like to invite each and every one of you to our inaugural official function. Hi, I'm Nia. I will be the master of your ceremonies today. A little bit about me. I am an executive community member of Malayalee Association Victoria. I've been serving for the past 1.5 years. And it's been an honor and privilege to welcome each and every one of you to our event, our Harmony Fest 2025. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. I would like to pay my respects to the elders past, present, and any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people we have here today. Before I start again, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Julian Hill, MP Federal Member of Bruce, onto the stage, along with Jim Memati, Mayor of Greater Dandenong. I would like to invite President Madanan Chalapa, Malayalee Association Victoria, General Secretary Alan Abraham, and Rema Harindran, who is representing the Women's Forum of Harmony Fest 2025. As part of our Indian tradition, we would like to start the event off with lighting of the lamp. I would like to invite all our guests to please light the lamp and get our event today. I would like to invite Mr. Alan Abraham, General Secretary of Malayalee Association Victoria, for the welcome speech.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I acknowledge the land and the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting. I pay my respect to their elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. It is with a great joy and a deep honor that I welcome you all to the inauguration event of our Women's Forum, the Harmony Fest. This event makes a significant step in our collective journey towards empowerment, unity, and cultural collaborations. I would like to extend a heartfelt invitation and express our deepest gratitude to our distinguished guests, our Honorable President Madanan Chellapan, Honorable Junior Hill, MP and Assistant Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, the Honorable Jim Memati, Mayor of the City of the Greater Dandenong, and the Honorable Cassandra Fernando. She will be coming shortly. And we are also privileged to welcome our special invitees, Ms. Tara Rajkumar, Renuga Nambishan, and Shruti Srinandan. Your presence are here immense value to this event. And last but certainly not least, I extend a warm welcome to all members of our community who accepted our invitation and joined us here today. Your support and participation are what truly make us this event meaningful. Let us celebrate this beautiful occasion together in harmony, with hope, and with hearts full of pride. Thank you. Enjoy the event. Thank you.
Next, for the presidential welcome, I would like to invite our dear President, Mr. Madanan Chalapa, President of Malayalee Association Victoria, onto the stage.
Honorable Assistant Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, Mr. Julian Hill MP, Honorable Mayor Jim Memati, the City of Greater Dandenong, Honorable Cassandra Fernando MP, the Federal Member of Parliament for Holt. She will be joining us late this evening. Distinguished community leaders, association representatives, our valued sponsors, families and friends. Good afternoon and welcome to MAV Harmony Fest 2025. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Banarong people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respect to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today. May we always work together in a spirit of reconciliation and unity. Today is a great and auspicious day for me, and I am so proud to stand here to represent one of the oldest and most secular Indian regional associations in Australia. That's Malayalee Association of Victoria. Malayalee Association of Victoria is a brainchild of a few Malayali families here in Melbourne in 1976 who felt a nostalgic longing for the special texture of the lifestyle of Kerala to uphold the tradition and culture of our homeland. Now it's very long, 49 years, turning to 50 years. The completing 2026 is a 50th year. It's a great honor to stand before you today as a president of the Malayalee Association of Victoria, as we come together to celebrate not just our heritage, but the rich tapestry of cultures that make Australia such a vibrant and inclusive nation. This year, we are proud to introduce the Mao's Women Forum as a driving force behind this event. The Women's Forum was formed to bring into the limelight the many women who have long worked tirelessly behind the scenes. They are mainly the spouses of our executive committee members for many years. These women have always been the silent supporters of our activities, but today they step forward to show that they too can lead, organize, and inspire. Their incredible teamwork, creativity, and determination have brought this event to life, and we are immensely proud of them. I would like to give a big hats off to these proud ladies. They are amazing. We are truly privileged to have with us today the Honorable Julian Hill MB, Assistant Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, as our Chief Guest. Mr. Julian Hill, your steadfast support for multicultural communities and your effort in promoting harmony and inclusion are deeply appreciated by all of us at MAV. Last year when I met him at the Parliament House in Canberra, I mentioned about this event. Straight away he agreed to come attend the event. Thank you very much for coming. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to Honorable Mayor Jim Membendi, the City of Greater Dandenong. His support of MAV's initiatives has been unwavering throughout the years. He is part of our Mao Onam every year when we celebrate at Springvale Town Hall. Your presence here reinforces a strong relationship between our community and local government. We need your support for our upcoming festival. Honorable Cassandra Fernando MB, the Federal Member of Parliament for Holt, she is also a very dear supporter of Mao and a champion for our community. She is unable to present at this moment due to her official function. That's a pre-poll commitment and some other event happening in Cranbourne. But we are delighted that she will be joining us later in this evening. Her continued encouragement means a lot to us. A very special thank you to our sponsors. Your generosity and belief in our community have made today possible. Your support doesn't just fund an event. It builds bridges, creates memories, and strengthens the bonds between communities. We are also grateful to all the community leaders, cultural associations, and volunteers. Their presence today symbolizes unity and collaboration. Your involvement is what transforms this event into a truly multicultural celebration. We also wish to sincerely acknowledge the state government of Victoria for their continued support of multicultural programs like Mau Harmony Fest. Their investment in cultural harmony enables communities like ours to thrive and make meaningful contributions to society. Actually, we invited many of the representatives of Parliament in State Parliament, but unfortunately, they are not able to attend. Before we proceed, I would like to take a moment to reflect on a recent tragedy that has deeply affected many of us. Last week, a heinous terrorist attack occurred in the Baisaran Valley of Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir in India, resulting in the loss of 26 innocent lives, including 25 Indian nationals and one from Nepal, and injuring over 20 others. This senseless act targeted tourists enjoying the natural beauty of the region and has been condemned worldwide. We stand in solidarity with the victims and their families, and we extend our deepest condolence to all those affected. Let us have one moment of silence by standing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mau Harmony Fest is not just an event. It's a celebration of unity and diversity, a joyful expression of who we are and what we stand for. Today is a reminder that our differences do not divide us, but enrich us. Together we create a community that is strong, compassionate, and beautifully multicultural. Thank you for being here and for sharing in this celebration. On behalf of Malayalee Association of Victoria, I wish you all a wonderful and memorable day. Thank you. Jai Ho.
Next, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Gillian Hill, MP, Federal Member of Bruce, for the chief guest speech.
Thank you very much for the invitation to join you. And yes, I was delighted to accept. I've had great fun every time I've attended the ONAM event at Springvale Town Hall. When I was sitting here, watching the beats of Melbourne, having just enjoyed the procession, I was reflecting on a few things. Firstly, my Apple Watch told me how loud it was, so it was good fun. But as you know, we have an election on in Australia. And elections are wonderful things because unlike most of the people in the world, we get to enjoy that right to vote and choose our governments. Indian elections, of course, if you like elections, are the best event in the world. The biggest democratic event, crazy, happens over weeks. But, you know, here in Australia, we're generally pretty civilised. But I was thinking a couple of things. Firstly, how pleased I was to be here because it gave me an hour away from early voting, which is a little bit crazy this year. No one's threatened to punch me in the face for at least 3 days. So it was just genuinely lovely sitting there, remembering all the things I love about our community. But watching the children was incredibly heartwarming as they walked in, and made me proud to be an Australian, because what I see when I see those kids is young Australians. I was with the Prime Minister this morning for an announcement that I just want to mention. I'm not going to do a whole lot of politics, so don't be scared. But no one comes to this country wanting to be poorer. You know, we all have far more in common than we have differences as Australians, despite our incredible human diversity. You know, everyone comes here wanting a better life for their kids, whatever that looks like for you and your family, but particularly with that focus on education. And I know the Malayalee communities, I've got to know people from all parts. You know, this is a secular society, whatever faith traditions people bring, place a great value on education as a way to have a better life for the kids. And I've said before that our health system, for example, in Victoria, I think would collapse without the contribution of Malayalis, people from Kerala, of course. And Tara and I were talking, you've been here 40 years, not quite as long as the society at 49 years. You get to be 50 next year, you're almost as old as me. But now for generations, people have been making that contribution to Australia, which is a wonderful thing. You know, everyone cares and the election will take care of itself. Everyone cares that inflation's coming down and interest rates and getting a good job and buying a house and the health system, all that stuff. But the announcement that I made this morning with the Prime Minister, I'm really proud of. It's in my portfolio as the Assistant Minister for Multicultural Affairs. And social cohesion doesn't just happen. When we look around the world, societies are under strain. You know, mostly for Australians, we meet that promise of Australian multiculturalism, the promise of a fair go, that everyone in our country gets a fair crack at life here. If you work hard and have a bit of luck, it doesn't matter your skin colour, your faith, or how long you've been here, or your identity, you get treated fairly. And that's true under the law. This year we celebrate 50 years of the Whitlam Labor government's introduction of the Racial Discrimination Act in November 1975, having just abolished the last vestiges of the old racist white Australia policy. And those two legal acts laid the foundations for 50 years of migration from across the world and the incredible country that we're now building and continue to build. But we can't take that for granted. To be successful in a multicultural society, to have social cohesion, is not the same thing as being diverse. Everyone can think of countries that are diverse that aren't successful. Success takes those legal foundations, but it also takes investment. And investment in events like this, you know, and I thank and acknowledge all the volunteers, the women in particular for whom the event is on today, who put in the time to create events, to pass on those cultural traditions to the kids, so that these young Australians can grow up incredibly proud of where their parents and grandparents came from, can speak the languages, can know the cultures, but also do anything they want as Australians. And the announcement we made this morning was another $25 million, if we're re-elected, towards community language schools. And Malayalam is one of the fastest growing languages in Australia. When I was growing up in Melbourne, I knew that you couldn't play with your Greek friends on Saturday because they were always off at Greek school. That was just life. These days, it's literally dozens of languages. In our part of Melbourne, yes, there's still Greek schools and Italian schools, but it's Mandarin, it's Vietnamese, it's Cambodian, it's Malayalam, it's Punjabi, it's Gujarati, it's Hindi, it's Arabic, it's Urdu, it's Pashto, it's Dari, it's so many more languages, because English is our common language, but we're a multilingual country. And it's so important for kids to know the languages of their ancestors or their parents or their grandparents, but it's also really important for our economic future that we have more and more Australians who can't just say a few words like I can in lots of languages, but a master of none, but can actually become fluent and do business and commerce and know the rest of the world. So part of that announcement was to support those community language schools with some extra money who want to take kids through to year 11 and 12 and become fluent, because you often can't get the critical mass of teachers at a normal high school. So I'll just give you that as an example of one of the kinds of things that we're trying to do, as well as supporting events and community facilities. But I'll finish on this point. In not taking our social cohesion for granted, the most important thing, in my view, the magic ingredient is leadership. It sets the tone for a country. It sets the tone for civil debate. And, you know, I'm really proud to be part of a government and to have been a champion in opposition for a diverse country. But I know the Prime Minister sets that tone in always trying to bring people together and not use race or faith or ethnicity and so on to divide people, which is a low road. And some leaders and some societies go that way. So thank you to the community leaders, to the President, to the Secretary, to the women's groups and to all of the volunteers who organise events like this. It really, really matters. Not just because we have fun, and that was a really good performance. Beats of Melbourne, they are really, really good, like fun. But so that young people can grow up knowing and exploring and loving all of those different parts of their identity as human beings and as young Australians. So thank you very much. It's a real privilege to be with you, and thank you for giving me an hour away from early voting as well. Thank you very much.
Next, we have honouring our guest ceremony. I would like to invite Eileen John, member of the Women's Forum MAV, to honour our chief guest Gillian Hill with a traditional Bonnada. I would like to invite Nisha Madanin to honour our guest, Mayor Jim Memati of Greater Dandenong. May I invite Padma, member of Women's Forum, to honour our guest, Madanan Chalapin. And Ms. Anjani to honour our General Secretary, Alan Abraham. And Binu Biju to honour our representative of the Women's Forum, Ms. Rema Hariharan. Next, I would like to invite our guest, Mayor Mr. Jim Memati, Mayor of Greater Dandenong, for a speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. And Woman Jika, which means hello and welcome in the language of the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation. I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of this land that we meet on, the Bunurong people, and pay my respects to their elders, both past, present, and emerging, in respecting their continuing connections to climate, culture, country, and waters. I would also like to pay my respects to and acknowledge the journey of all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and their elders present here today. I would like to pay a special mention to the Honourable Julian Hill, Assistant Minister, Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, and the Federal Member for Bruce. As you know, there's an election. We're right in the middle of an election. And today there's a pre-poll about half an hour away from here. And I know Julian accepted this invitation some time ago in Parliament, but he didn't know that the invitation was going to be in the middle of the election. So put your hands together for Julian Hill for being here. And you don't normally see many federal MPs. I know Cassandra's on her way as well, who is particularly busy, but I understand Cassandra Fernando, the federal member for Holt, will also be here. To the MAV community leaders and executive committee members, sponsors and cultural association leaders. As the Mayor of the City of Greater Dandenong, it gives me great pleasure to be here with you all today to celebrate the Malayalee Association of Victoria's Harmony Fest. Today's event is a fantastic celebration of culture, unity and community. Harmony is about listening to each other, learning from one another and standing united. It's important that we build a society where everyone feels valued and respected. In Greater Dandenong, our residents come from over 154 different nations. We speak 200 languages and we follow over 100 different faiths. By embracing our cultures, we create stronger, more inclusive communities. And we know the music, dance and delicious food, we must thank today the Women's Forum of MAV for organising such a vibrant and welcoming event. MAV do a wonderful job uniting the community, celebrating Kerala's heritage in Victoria. And I always say to people, Australia is a very welcoming country. I too am a migrant to this country, and I always say, Australia is the best country in the world to live in. Victoria is the best state in Australia to live in. And of course, the city of Greater Dandenong, the most multicultural city in Victoria, is the best city to live in. Once again, I thank you for including me in your celebrations today, and I'd like to wish all the mothers here an early, happy Mother's Day. I hope you all have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Next up, we have honoring our guest. So we have a very handful. I know every woman is worthy to be honored, but we have picked a very handful of women from our community who has provided exceptional details to us in terms of whether it's arts, whether it's with their own merits, as well as just giving our community a foot strong where we can actually use to keep our culture going. First and foremost, I would like to invite Ms. Tara Rajkumar, a very well-known Indian classical dancer, a recipient of the Medal of Honor of Australia in 2009. MAV like to honor this amazing woman and her contribution to the community. Ms. Tara, please come onto the stage. As a classical dancer, I have heard Tara Rajkumar's name everywhere, and it's a great honor and privilege to honor her for her contribution to the community, her dancing community, as well as our community. And I would like to invite Mr. Gillian Hill to honor Ms. Tara. And next, I would like to invite Ms. Renuka Nambishan, who won a special jury award for music video Ambalam Jeevan, and Ms. Renuka Nambishan is a very famous playback singer in the community. Myself have seen her perform in multiple stages. I would like to welcome this amazing woman and thank you for your contribution to the community. I would like to invite Mayor Jim Imati onto this stage to honor this amazing woman. Next, I would like to invite Shruti Shashindran onto the stage, who has entered the Guinness Book of World Records for recognizing codes of maximum numbers of airports. Shruti Shashindran, thank you for your amazing contribution, and we are well happy to see you part of our community. I would like to invite Mr. Madan Chalapa, President of Malayalee Association Victoria, onto the stage to honor Ms. Shruti. And those are the handful of women we would like to recognize today. But as you all know, a woman, a mother, she doesn't need recognition on stage. She is amazing. She's a multitasker. Something I've been told a lot these days is that only a woman can multitask. And I think seeing this event, it is a great honor to tell you that it is so true. Juggling family, kids, work, everything, these women has found passion to understand and bring all these people together, as well as empowering the stalls that we have today. We have a few exhibition stalls, and we have Sumadi, an artist for 25 years that takes painting and drawing classes. Her passion turned into a profession where she does customized painting. I think if you look to my left, you will see beautiful painting and artworks of these women. You will see Smita Nitin with arts and craft from sustainable products. It is also her passion, as well as Sandhya Mohanan Padma with her painting, as well as Badra Thodatil with her beautiful mural painting. I think as a immigrant, seeing these mural paintings like dating way back to Kerala, like a Malayali tradition, it is great to see that she's not just empowering the community but also carrying on our culture. Thank you to these amazing women, and when you guys get the chance, please see these exhibition hall stalls and make sure that you give your maximum participation and encouragement to these amazing women. And next, I would like to invite another amazing woman representing MAV Women's Forum, Ms. Rema Hariharan, onto the stage to acknowledge our guest today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests, and all children present among the audience. Today I've been given the honors of delivering a small speech on women empowerment and celebration. Let me start with a small Sanskrit verse from our scriptures. Yatra naryastu pujande ramande tatra devataha. Yatraita na pujande sarvastatta phalat kriyaha. This ancient verse from Manusmriti dates back to 2nd century Christian era. That translates to, where women are honored, divinity blossoms there. And where they are not, all our actions remain unfruitful. It's a profound reminder that the empowerment of women is not a modern concept, but a truth that has been echoed through our history, our scriptures, and our collective consciousness for centuries. Even centuries ago, our ancestors recognized a fundamental truth that women are respected and empowered, then the society thrives. And today, as we continue this journey towards the equality, we carry that wisdom forward. Yet, we must ask ourselves, are we living to this timeless ideal? Women have always been the backbone of society. They are the nurturers, the educators, the leaders, and the change makers. From Rani Lakshmi Bai, who rode the battle with unmatched courage, to Kalpana Chawla, who reached the stars, women have shattered stereotypes and refined what is possible. Then there is Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand, who led with empathy and strength through times of crisis, showing the world that compassion is not weakness, but of power. We must also remember Marie Curie, who in the early 1900s broke scientific barriers and societal norms by becoming the first woman to win the Nobel Prize and the only person to win in 2 different sciences. Her legacy continues to inspire generations of women in STEM. I have mentioned only a few. There are many women who deserve to be honored and celebrated. Empowerment is not just about giving power. It's about recognizing the power that already exists. It's about providing opportunities, removing barriers, and amplifying the voices that have long been silenced. But women empowerment is not just women's issue. It's a human issue. It's a societal responsibility. When we empower a woman, we empower a family, a community, and ultimately a nation. Studies show that societies with greater gender equality enjoy stronger economies, better health, and more resilient communities. Celebration of women means more than just one day of appreciation. It means valuing the work both seen and unseen. It means equal pay, equal rights, and equal respect. It means creating safe spaces where dreams are not held back by fear, but uplifted with encouragement. We must honor not just women in the headlines, but also the women in our homes, our schools, our fields, and our offices, those whose strength often goes unnoticed. Let us raise our sons with respect and daughters who dream. Let us honor our mothers not just with flowers, but with dignity. Let us celebrate women not just in speeches, but in actions. Because when a woman is empowered, she uplifts everyone around her. When she rises, the world rises with her. Let's not only speak of change, let us be the change. Let us not celebrate women just once a year, but every single day through action, respect, and opportunity. Thank you.
Ms. Rema, please stay back because we would like to, as part of Women Forum, would like to give our chief guest a memento. So may I please invite Ms. Rema back on and please hand over a token of appreciation from the women's part of MAV to honor our guest. Thank you, Ms. Gillian Hill. I would like to also invite the mayor to get the memento from Rema. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to invite Nisha Madanan, also representing the Women's Forum, for the word of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. As we bring this incredible official function to a close, it is with immense pride and gratitude that I deliver the word of thanks on behalf of the Women's Forum of Malayalee Association of Victoria. Today's Harmony Fest 2025 has been a vibrant celebration of togetherness, culture, and diversity. And none of this would have been possible without the extraordinary support of many wonderful individuals and organizations. First and foremost, our heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, the Honorable Assistant Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs. Thank you. Julian Hill MB, for your gracious presence and inspiring words. Your continuing commitment to multiculturalism and inclusive communities truly energize and empowers our community. We extend our sincere appreciation to Councillor Mr. Memmati, Honorable Mayor of the City of the Greater Dandenong, and Dandenong, for being with us today and for always supporting cultural harmony and local communities' initiatives. Your leadership and connection to the people are deeply valued. A special acknowledgement and warm thanks to Honorable Cassandra Fernando MB, who due to her commitments to pre-poll campaign event and other functions, could not be with us during the official segment, but will be joining us later this evening. We are grateful for her consistent encouragement and support to the Malayalee community and multicultural Australia. On behalf of Women's Forum, I would like to really appreciate and thank the three wonderful ladies of the day, Mrs. Shruti Sashindran, Mrs. Renuga Nambishan, and Mrs. Tara Rajkumar, for accepting our invitation and kind participation of this event. We also take this moment to express a very special and sincere thanks to our sponsors, whose generosity and partnership made this event a resounding success. Title sponsor, Primeland. Thank you for being our leading partner in making this vision come true. Diamond sponsor, We Care Dental. Our ongoing commitment to community welfare is truly appreciated. Gold sponsors, Golden Custody Event and Vexo. Your contribution brought great shine to our celebration. And silver sponsors, Ethan Home, Elite Insurance and Financial Planning, Kerala Decking and Landscaping, Boas Jonan, Coricodans, Trinity Furnitures, Village Premium Foods, and Flyweight Migration and Legal Service. Thank you for standing with us and empowering this multicultural event. Bronze sponsors, Focus on Road, Bias Nisha, RR11, Ecoran, LS Catering, SR Lawyers, and Migration Service. Your faith in our mission means the world to us. Media partners, FM Media, thank you for spreading the colors and sound of Harmony Fest far and wide. We also extend our warmest appreciation to the community leaders, cultural association, and partnering organizations who graced us with their presence today. Your participation has enriched the spirit of this event and highlighted the strength of our multicultural network. A very special thanks to St. John's Regional College, Dandenong, for generously providing this beautiful venue. Your support and hospitality have been key to the smooth and successful running of today's program. A big thank you to all the performance, volunteers, stallholders, and organizing team. Your hard work, creativity, and commitment are what brought this festival to life. And finally, to our audience, our families, friends, and guests, thank you for being here today and celebrating with us and making this festival such a joyful and unforgettable experience. As we wrap up today's festivities, let's carry forward the message of unity, diversity, and shared joy that Harmony Fest 2025 has beautifully embodied. And thank you all once again, and we look forward to welcome you at our future event. And enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you once again.